This evening, Atlanta police are investigating this videotape beating. It is going viral on the internet. Detectives believe the beating victim may be a homosexual teenager. Channel 2's Ryan Young is live in Southwest Atlanta with how police learned about this violent attack. Ryan.
Monica, just a very disturbing attack, and in fact it happened on that corner just over there. So many people in this neighborhood are talking about it. One lady told me, actually though, fights like this happen all the time, but this one, they say, is even more disturbing than usual. This is the video going viral on the internet. The video shows a young man getting jumped outside a corner store in McDaniel and Delavan in Southwest Atlanta. The attack is vicious, and during it, you can hear the attackers calling a young man by several names. We bleeped that out so you would not be disturbed by what they are saying.
We've looked at the video. We're aware of it. We've reached out to our investigators and our officers in Zone 3, which is where we believe the incident occurred. As of right now, we've been unable to locate an incident where police were called. So we're interested in speaking with the victim, having him come forward and file a police report. And then we're asking that anyone who sees this video, if they know the victim and or the perpetrators, to give us a call.
Patrick Mitchell says the video of a gay teen getting attacked is very upsetting.
I mean, it makes me angry when I think about it because it's crazy, because I walk down here too, so.
Police say no one on the street or the store called 911, and they were unaware of the attack until they received an email.
Actually, we got an email from the Smoking Gun, and they gave us a link to it. And when we looked at the video, I recognized it as being a location that I'm familiar with on McDaniel Street. So we reached out to Zone 3 and had the major contact the investigators and officers in that zone in an attempt to locate the victim and or perpetrators.
This is a very busy corner. I can tell you investigators have been going through this neighborhood all afternoon long. There have been increased patrols here as well. I can tell you they're looking for that victim. One thing they're hoping is with all the video exposure of this, someone will notice those attackers and make a phone call to police. We're live in Southwest Atlanta. Ryan Young, Channel 2 Action News.
Horrible attack. Thank you, Ryan. If you have any information about this beating, please call Crime Stoppers. The number is 404-577-TIPS, 404-577-8477. You can remain anonymous, and you still could collect a reward.
All right, guys. Today it is Wednesday, December the 11th, 2014. Okay, so you just watched that video of an incident that took place in 2012. Okay, so after that incident took place where the young man was beat outside the store, beat up by some young thugs because he was gay, they decided to beat him up when he was out shopping. The Atlanta area gay civil rights people were very upset, and they had a series of protests. And we met a few weeks later, we met outside that store at a church across the street. Now this was 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. It was freezing winter day. We went down there, and all these people showed up, all these protesters. They had everybody and their damn mama out there who has an interest in gay civil rights or gay, homophobia, and trying to get rid of that type of violence that happened to that young man. So a lot of people were very upset. They were very angry. So even I went down there to this protest and stood out there in the freezing cold weather. At that time, I was thinking, okay, this is just a gathering. We're going to go inside the church and we're going to sit down and talk. And then we'll begin the process of trying to figure out how we can reclaim this community and begin fixing the issues over there. So I'm all prepared to go inside. We did not make it inside that church that day. The whole thing took place on the front steps of that church. The whole protest literally stopped right there. They had news media, hundreds of people, everybody, city councilman, I think the mayor, all these police, everybody went up to the microphone one by one, talking about what they was going to do, and we going to do this, and this going to change, and this going to happen, and that, and this, and this, and that, and blah, 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 blah. It's freezing cold out here. Blah, 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 blah. When are we going inside this damn church? Blah, 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 blah. Can somebody get some hot chocolate or coffee or something? Blah, blah, blah. I stood outside that church on that freezing cold winter day with all these people to listen to all these people talk about a bunch of bullshit about what they were going to do and how they going to do it and when they going to do it and where they going to do it. 3 years later, flash forward, that's come back now to 3 years later, several people have been killed outside that very store. That store is still open for business. They were trying to shut down the store. This was 3 years ago. They were going to take the license away. That store is still open for business, and several people have been shot and killed outside that store. There's still gang activity outside that store. Nothing has changed. And this is why I don't like these protesting marches. Because when you got all these people standing in freezing cold weather, instead of us sitting down trying to come up with a game plan to figure out how to shut down that store, get them thugs off that street corner, and start cleaning up that community over there, this was an opportunity for everybody to make the local news. And they all showed up. They had speeches. They had people reading poetry. It was the biggest ball. Literally, they had a rapper, a poetry reader. I think the mayor was there. Not city council members were there. The police department. I think the Fulton County Police, Atlanta Police. I don't know. It was all these people just talking. And what did all that talking and marching and protest on that cold winter day, what did it accomplish for that community? Not a damn thing. 3 years later, nothing has changed. Everything's still the same down there. It's fine to protest and march, but you got to back it up with something to bring about change. And the only way you're going to bring about change is creating an organization that meets daily first you got to identify the problem that needs to be corrected, and you create an organization of people whose daily goal is, this is what we're going to have to fix and change. You just can't. One little protest that day, I tell you, he was out there for hours. They brought busloads of people in that day. They brought busloads of people in there just to stand in that cold weather, freezing cold weather, and nothing got accomplished. 3 years later, the crime is still just as bad at that store. The people are still hanging out. 2 people have been shot and killed since that time. Now they got another news report that came out where it's saying that they once again trying to shut down the store. How hard is it to take a business license from a store? I don't understand this. It can't be that complicated for the city to swoop in and say, your license has been revoked. Now, business license has to be renewed every year. If the store is the problem, take the license away and shut it down. Now they want to turn the store into a police department. Great idea. The question is, will they go forward? All this blah, 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 talk is cheap. At some point, you got to take some action and say, we got to take control of this community. We've got to take control of this situation. We've got to do what needs to be done. After that protest was over, everybody went and got breakfast. I was trying to figure out, I was standing up there, everybody, when they said it was over, and they snatched those microphones, and news media left, everybody vanished, gone. Then everybody took off. Boom! Never to be seen again. 3 years later, nothing has changed. This protesting mess is good. It's just a good video for the 5 o'clock news. That's all it does. Because without creating the organization that's willing to work to change the problem, you're wasting your time. Y'all remember Occupy Atlanta and the Occupy movement? Where are those people at today? Where are all those Occupy movement people who were marching to save people's houses from foreclosure? Where are they today? Nowhere to be found. Anyway, this is my rant for the day. I'm out of here. You guys enjoy your, what is today? Enjoy your Thursday. And let me know what you think about all of this protesting and marching. When do we sit down and have meetings and bring people together and take action that will really bring about change? When? Enjoy your day. I'm out. Share my videos with family members and friends, and don't forget to click like, and I'm out of here. Bye.